You have the television.
Oh, here we go. It's coming back around.
Quick point of order is if someone is on Zoom for the town, are they can speak? Is that or is it only for viewing?
If there's somebody from the town that's part of it, they can raise their hand and speak because they've got the link, but nobody.
Just checking. Thank
Yeah.
you. All right, well, welcome everyone to the planning board meeting for town of Rush. Today is September 2024. Would you take a roll call, please?
I will. Member Moise.
Here.
Deputy Chairman Ast.
Here.
Member Corbin.
Yep. Here.
Member Wisnowski.
Here. So just noting 4 out of the 5 are here. Karen is not is absent today, but there is enough for a forum for us to proceed. All right. Anybody have any announcements to share? Okay.
Should I?
What?
Should I have an announcement?
I don't know.
No, I'm not.
It says opening and announcement.
I'm
All right, very good. Let's move on to number 2, approval of the minutes. Everyone had a chance to review the minutes? All right. Any comments, changes, revisions? I had none.
Just Steve's last name. We got to get it right. Other than that, we're good.
Okay, so I move to accept the meeting minutes as written for August 27th planning board meeting.
Okay, second.
Second.
All right. Member Moise.
Aye.
Deputy Chairman Ast.
Aye.
Member Corbin.
Aye.
And Member Wisnowski.
All right, next, number 3 on our agenda is the public hearing. For the first one, we understand that is a tabled application. The applicant has indicated that they would not come back until the spring for this. So the action needs to be taken.
We should close the public hearing and then they.
Are you sure?
After the last, since they're gonna rescind their application,
Okay,
it's gonna be coming off of officially, but there's no reason to keep it open if we're not gonna take any action. Because there will be nothing to take action on when they rescind their application.
all right. So we are going by the email saying that they are rescinding their application. And they have agreed to, and the town is, are we writing a letter back saying that we have accepted your rescission? And here's the process that we're going through to reset it. Are we doing that?
We can reset, we can accept their rescinding of the application, we close the public hearing, we can accept their request to rescind the application. To be reopened at a later date with a new application. So they're gonna have to start the process again, so they'll submit a new application. For the action whenever they're ready.
I was just trying to clarify as far as what the town response will be.
We certainly can put that in writing,
I think that would be-
Just to make sure, just to close the, we'll have the minutes from this meeting, closing the public hearing and acknowledging the rescission, but we can certainly send, because we're gonna be refunding them their application fee. So we can, as part of that, we can send the letters acknowledging the fact that the matter has been rescinded. And that, when they're ready to come forward, they'll have to resubmit their application. So basically letting them know that this matter has been formally closed with rescission. And they'll have to restart the process all over again, if and when they're ready in the future.
Okay. I think it would behoove us to
Certainly, it
make that documentation.
doesn't hurt to have the record.
That's probably a good.
I learned that from attorney, that word. Behoove. Anyway. All right, so we have to reopen before we close.
Yes, the record was held open, so the matter is still open, so now we can actually we can close the
All right.
public hearing.
So Marjorie, do you need to reopen the?
Do I need
You
to
should
read?
read
Okay.
the notice and just say this was a tape, it's because it was held open from the
Yes.
last meeting, so read the public notice over time.
Okay. All right, so this is the legal notice And notice is hereby given that pursuant to the provisions of the town of Rush and 274A and 274B of the town law, a public hearing will be held by the planning board of the town of Rush at the Rush Town Hall, 5977 East Henrietta Road, Rush, New York, on August 27th, and it was tabled to tonight's meeting at 7:05 to hear all persons interested in the following applications, and it's for application 2024-6P by Kirk Spite for a site plan application of a single-family dwelling to be built on the property. The parcel is located at 375 Stony Brook Road, Rush, New York, with a tax parcel ID number of 220.01-1-15.11 and is zoned residential.
In regards to the matter of 2024-6P, Kirk Spike, the tabled application is being rescinded. I would move to close the public hearing. Do I have a second?
Second it.
Okay. Member Moise.
Aye.
Deputy Chairman Ast.
Aye.
Member Corbin.
Aye.
And Member Wisnowski.
And we also note,
That there will be a correspondence from the town to the applicant confirming the rescission of the application and the refunding of the fee and advising them that if they want to bring this action again in the future, they'll have to submit an application.
very good, thank you.
I can take care of that.
Matter is officially tabled.
Now.
Okay, well, let's move on to our second public hearing. Would you please announce that one?
Will.
Well, wait, before you do that, we have representatives here. So let her read it and then we'll.
All right, notice is hereby given that pursuant to the provisions of the town of Rush and 274A and 274B of the town law, a public hearing will be held by the planning board of the town of Rush at the Rush Town Hall, 5977 East Henrietta Road in Rush, New York, on September 24th at 7:05 to hear all persons interested in the following applications. Application number 2024-8P by Land Tech Surveying and Planning for a site plan and subdivision application of 3 lots, where 2 of those lots will have a single-family home constructed. The parcel is located at Perry Hill Road in Rush, New York, with a tax parcel ID number of 212.03-1-1.3 and is zoned residential.
It is all, well, we'll get into that soon. So I'll allow you to present the project and then I'll talk about the correspondence and any other.
Thank you. So my name is Bob Winans. I'm an engineer with Land Tech, and also with me tonight is the owner, Steve Leon. So, and I think that was a pretty good description of what we're asking for. That's existing subdivision that this parcel originally, I think it's over 35 acres of property left that was to be developed. And so we're asking for the board to approve the creation of 2 new building lots, and then the remaining parcel, about 35 acres, would be left to remain as future or undeveloped land. So the 2 lots would be 150 feet by 400. Which comply with the R20 zoning. And to date, we have submitted plans to the health department to review the septic system and received some minor comments and responded to them. And I believe we're in good shape to, once we get the board's approval, to move on with the health department approvals. We also, actually today, I just received a letter of approval from the Monroe County Water Authority for the 2 1-inch services that'll be installed for these 2 lots. And we did also receive the town engineer comments last week and responded at some point, and I don't really see any major issues with those comments as far as addressing those. So yeah, I guess the biggest thing too, just to know, is part of the property is in a floodplain, which we plotted on the map from the firm map. So if they're part of the, a major part of the property actually towards Martin Creek is in the AE zone, which is within a 100-year flood zone. Our two parcels are either in the X zone or in a fringe X plus zone, so it's still out of the 100-year flood zone. The actual, from the firm map, the 100-year flood elevation is between a 543 and 544. And our septic system and well, garage floors are way above that. I think our lowest first floor elevation is 552.5, so we don't believe that will be an issue. And I guess that's it. Be happy to answer any questions you might have.
I think I will. For the record, just read the engineer's comments. Or do we need to read anything or?
You can acknowledge, you can reference the MRB letter dated.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, the engineers, I have engineering comments from MRB Group for this, the Perry Hill Estates 2024 AP. The letter is dated September 16, 2024. And I guess if you want to just to highlight a couple things. This is a type 2 action requiring no further action or determination of significance by the board. There was a couple other things I just wanted to, as you noted with the floodplain. I want John. Oh, I thought you were. I thought you were going to say. I'll come back to you. I want to ask you later about your role in this too. Number 6, take note of and comply with the requirements found in chapter 65, flood damage prevention in the town of Rush Town Code. Setback is 110 feet, just to make sure that it complies with that.
It's 100, but that's wrong in there.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. so
It's 100.
So I
Okay.
mean, they did submit a response letter. To a
Okay.
lot of our-
all right.
I'd be happy to
Yep.
take you time and go through some of the outstanding issues. Or go through some of the
Okay,
comments
let's-
that have been addressed.
Let's do that. Let's, so September 16th is a letter from the engineer. I do have a response from Land Tech dated September 18th in that letter. And so Matt, if you
I'm gonna steal the microphone.
just
It's getting swollen.
let us know outstanding issues.
Yeah, so majority of my comments have been addressed. Was 100 feet as far as it being a type 2 action, the applicant agreed. Comment 2 for seeker did reference New York State SHPO. Their response letter did say that they had no jurisdictional issues. In an email, they said that email was attached. I didn't see it in the supplementary information, so that'll just need to be provided. Maybe I missed it, but I believe I did.
If I read the letter, it was wanted the town to go back and find the email that was,
I have a copy of the SHPO letter.
yeah. That's all.
Yeah,
we-
your response just said an email was attached to what I assumed was your response letter, but I didn't see it, that's all. The big one is, the bigger one is number 4, the acreage of disturbance is 1.4 acres that would require, stormwater pollution prevention plan. So my recommendation is that be submitted and reviewed by us and commented on to ensure that, everything is in compliance, and they will need a general permit with DEC for stormwater discharge, during construction activities.
Yep.
And then, yeah, those were really the 2 comments that, are outstanding. The rest of it has been addressed. I've reviewed the supplementary plans for the revised plans that they provided. And confirmed that all my other comments have been addressed.
Okay, thank you. All right. So,
Shoot.
oh, perfect. That's it.
Thank you.
All right. So you're satisfied with that SHPO letter saying that it was previously?
Yeah, I just didn't see it appended to their response letter. that's
Okay.
all.
Yeah, I didn't have a copy,
Yeah,
but that's
sure.
okay.
All right, as far as Monroe County, Department of Planning and Development. Their letter. I did read through this, I don't know if there's, I'm not sure there's nothing, we do have I didn't see an agricultural, that's part of the application. Just want to make sure. For the ag district. That was-
Yeah, they do have an ag application.
Okay. Very good, thank you.
Did you need to see it, Carl? I have a copy.
Actually. It's part of the packet. I should have it in here.
Okay.
Sorry, I just didn't, see everything in here. Okay, there it is. Got it. All right, also. Talk about any flood impacts. It is a town road. Correct,
Mhm.
so,
Part of the property is over on H River Road, which is a county road.
yes, you're right. Off East
We
River,
aren't
East River
doing
Road,
anything over there.
but there's no planned access. Proposed changes in access over there. All right, so we do have that letter from the county planning. If everything was, the biggest thing in here is the ag and markets, ag district, and then also the flood zone. I have a couple questions on it, after I check the rest of this. We have, letters from, Rush Fire District. No issues or concerns with the plans. We have a resolution from the Conservation Board with, no date. Yeah, it-
Sorry, that was actually from the September 12th meeting. I believe it was September 12th.
Okay,
Yes,
all right, thank you. So the resolution did it approve, this, part from a conservation board. They noted that the lots are in the floodplain, lots are small and narrow, recommend one lot rather than two. That's just their opinion. Question applicant's assertion will not produce stormwater discharge. That's one of the questions I have, but we can address that. Plan should show how the water course will be protected. And then the home buyers will be warned not to be able to plant trees or other plantings in large amounts of property due to large percentage of leach field. Just a cautionary comment. So that's from the Conservation Board. So that's all I think that's all the correspondence. So open up to the board for any,
Could we just confirm, there's no public here, but we should just make sure that there's no public comment.
okay, I was gonna get to that after.
Oh, I'm sorry. But then I cut you off.
That's first gonna go to the board.
That's fine. My apologies.
All right, Steve, Paul, Mac, any questions or comments?
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead.
You said you went to the Monroe County Health Department for the septic system to get,
Yes. Yep.
on your plot plan, all this information is over 5 years old, and that's in my understanding, it's voided, so everything on the plot plan is no good. So if you do have are you gonna be getting a new perk test done?
My understanding is we're not, and I have a copy of the health department letter. And I do not believe that was an issue. I understand what you're saying. Because I have had that happen before. Well, regardless.
I just-
They'll have to.
They have to approve, in my opinion, they have to approve the new date, and your map should reflect. Or your plot should
Yeah,
reflect the new date and
if they require that.
information, if they're gonna do,
Yeah. I do have.
at least change the date anyways.
Yeah, for sure.
Is somebody taking notes to make that happen?
Got it.
Um, But anyway, so we did just receive a letter recently and they didn't mention it, but we'll obviously have to follow whatever the, yeah.
Cause is, in my opinion, it's voided right now, okay? That's all I got, Carl.
Steve?
My concerns are predominantly just the stormwater management piece, which are the conservation board notes and the MRB letter.
Okay. Um. So let's, I guess. That was in the MRB letter as far as stormwater.
Yeah, the suggestion of how we're dealing with that.
Yeah, we do have more impervious area with the house and the driveway, so I just wanna, you basically got a mound of. Of development in the middle of these two parcels, water draining off the side. Just wanna make sure how you, I saw a swale detailed or shown next to the leach field. But nothing between the properties or next to on each side of the house. So. I can't imagine that it's,
Well, we are showing swales between the two properties. Yeah, so, but I see there, and actually the only ones on the west side on there, the leach field, but we do have them down the property line with the two lots. But they have the direct, obviously direct stormwater down the property lines and then for the most part, it's just running off this site into the floodplain area.
Matt, did you take a look at that at all? I mean, it looks as though
Yeah.
basically the whole site drains
Towards the
north to south would have, Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't have a lot of concerns, although they are over an acre of disturbance.
Yeah.
You would need fair swim.
okay,
I have not seen a copy of this, but then once we get that in hand, we can do a review and I would address largely how they plan to mitigate any stormwater associated with the drought.
yeah, just, you are kind of draining off to the side in this way, so I don't know if there's any way that, that's a tough one.
In the area, we are showing silt fence.
Yep.
To. You know, next to the areas that are gonna be disturbed.
So, as far as the downspouts, they're going to drain,
Going to grade there's splash blocks and then just fall off into the swales.
Okay. Directed. I guess just. In a direction that minimizes, just a direct drain off to the side, I guess. That's what I would say. And any other concerns you have, Mac, as far as?
Will be what?
Yeah. So, yeah, I did, basement elevations are above, those elevations, it looks like.
But you're gonna ask John a question on that too, right?
Yep,
Okay, because I don't want to overstep.
thank you. I was just trying to, the depth of the modified raised fill, leach field. Forget what that, so just looking at the top elevations, we've got 547 and 545 on this side, 548, 546 on this side. If it's 3 feet deep. Didn't see the dimension on the detail. So. But if it's your sand is up above that. Your sand is it's at grade, and your perk tests show. As long as they're approved by DOH, don't have an issue with that, just wanna. Make sure everyone knows that was checked. Okay. As far as, I tried to get familiar with how building codes in New York State, and DEC requirements as far as buildings within the floodplain. So I guess the question to you is, do you have see any issues with this development as it's proposed? If you could, don't mind responding to that.
You want to take this?
Certainly wasn't my.
John Limbeck, building inspector. As you know, at their last town board meeting, the town board approved the adoption of the New York State DEC model code for floodplain development. Once the New York State Department of State approves that local law, we'll start enforcing it. And I've got a meeting with DEC on Thursday, but for planning board purposes, Matt looks at the floodplain implications and incorporates those into his comments. When somebody buys one of the lots and actually comes in for a building permit, we will now, note that it is in a floodplain. We've got a GPS-based program that takes our zoning code and our property limits, and it overlays the different floodplains on it. If the structure is actually within the floodplain, we would make them get the floodplain development permit. If it's outside of the floodplain, we would still verify, elevations of the first floor and things like that, but they would not have to get that floodplain development permit first, only if the structure is actually in one of the different floodplains. So at this point, Matt's done his due diligence, like I said, for the planning purposes. And then we should have approval from the state within 30 days. And we'll start enforcing with actually building permits.
Very good. Thank you for letting us know. All right. I had just one more comment. Do you, as far as where are you getting electric service? There's a transformer right to the end. Yeah, so right, it's just not shown on the plan. I would like to see that on the plan. It's just west of the existing driveway across the street from lot R1B. Two conductors on top, the transformer right there.
What's that?
It's a two-phase service, primary.
It's good that you know that.
Very knowledgeable.
I know a little bit, but the transformer's right there, so I'm assuming that they would just be able to serve those two houses from that.
There is an existing house down the road too.
Yeah. That's the closest transformer I saw from the street view Google.
Okay.
So just verify that and then you can show that on the plan where electric service comes. All right. So if there's no other questions or comments from the board, I open it up to the audience here. Anybody have any comments or questions?
I've lived there 26 years and it's never flooded out there. Town did all the drainage work under the road, and I think 1,600 put it down to the Lehigh Trail, so it's maintained, it's no flooding issue.
That's very good. I did, that was the other, I noticed that it doesn't reference the existing townwide or the easement for the for Martin Creek. Yeah, drainage easement. Do we need a library page on referencing that?
That was updated,
Okay.
the updated version. They have the drainage. easement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they did add it to the latest set.
Alright.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
it
was-
did say that it was, filed with library 361 of map 843.
Perfect. All right. That, if there's no other comments or questions, I think we can close the public hearing. Can I have a second on that?
I'll second it.
All right. Member Moise?
Aye.
Deputy Chairman Est?
Aye.
Member Corbin?
Aye.
And Member Wisnowski?
Okay. Well, I think what I'd like to do now, before we go to number 4, is we can just discuss resolution for this for 2024 8P, the Prairie Hill Road subdivision. So is there any other? You all have a copy of the resolution, correct? Yes. Is it combined?
Sorry?
It's a combined? Yes. Okay, I always thought it was separate, what I had to do one for resolution of subdivision and resolution of site plan approval.
I can separate them.
Nope, don't have to, if we can do it together, that's fine. All right, so let's just review the, before we act on this, we'll review the, so after meets the requirements of town engineer is the letter dated September 16th. Approval signatures, town engineer, planning board chair, prior to filing Monroe County Clerk's office. Necessary local, state, federal permits and approvals. And
Want to add it
Monroe County Department of Health.
to obtain an updated letter from the Monroe County Health Department regarding location of proposed septic systems, including an updated perk test results if required by the county.
Yep.
And I think you said that you wanted the site plan to be revised to show the electric service to the 2 proposed lots as well.
Yep.
Are there any other conditions you wanted me to add?
I would recommend adding specifically, submission and review of a stormwater pollution prevention plan.
So as far as that would, the plan itself is submitted to you for approval or to the?
Yeah, we would use with make any comments, sure that it's actually considerated for construction. Adequate standards. It would then need to get normal permit DEC.
And for residential under 5 acres, it would be just
Yeah, it's this
erosion
control.
control and
Yep.
not the post construction.
No, there's no post construction stormwater management, basic SWIP during.
Anything else?
No.
All right. Well, then, guess we're set. I'll just read the resolution. And then we'll vote on that. All right, resolution for subdivision and site plan approval. Whereas the planning board of the town of Rush, the planning board has examined application 2024-8P Perry Hill Estates Phase 2 for subdivision and site plan approval submitted by Land Tech Surveying and Planning on behalf of Stephen Leon, the applicant. I pronounced that right. The owner of the parcel and real property located on Perry Hill Road, Rush 14543. Tax map number 212.03-1-1.3, the property. The applicant is requesting a 3-lot subdivision, the proposed subdivision of the property. And whereas the planning board has examined the application, maps, and other materials filed with the proposed subdivision application, including the environmental assessment form, and all having reviewed all current site plans. What's that word? Pans? Site plans.
Sorry.
Third,
Oh, that should.
Yeah.
Sorry. Site plans, environmental, should be environmental reports. Comments from the town professional staffs, the public and other interested agencies associated with the application, including the Monroe County Planning and Development.
what he said. Whereas a public hearing on the application was held on September 24th, 2024, and notice was posted as required by law. And whereas all persons at the hearing desiring to speak on the matter were heard, all correspondence on the matter was read, and all comments and statements that were received during the public hearing and or at other duly held meetings of the planning board were considered by the planning board. And now therefore be it resolved that the planning board has determined that it is the most appropriate agency for making the determination of significance thereon under seeker, and is therefore the appropriate lead agency to conduct an environmental review of the action. The planning board determines that this is a type 2 action under seeker, requiring no further action or a determination of significance by the planning board, and it is further resolved that in accordance with the requirements of New York Town Law in chapters 100-27 and 120-69B of the Code of the Town of Rush, the planning board grants preliminary approval of the proposed subdivision and site plan subject to the following conditions. 1, the applicant shall meet all requirements of the town engineer as indicated in the town engineer's letter dated September 16, 2024. 2, the applicant shall obtain approval signatures of the town engineer and the Rush Planning Board Chairman prior to filing with Monroe County Clerk's Office. 3, the applicant shall obtain all other necessary local, state, and federal permits and approvals required for the project. 4, that the applicant will receive a letter, an updated letter from the Monroe County Department of Health indicating if the perk tests need to be updated or are acceptable, and obtaining approval from the Department of Health.
And do we want to say the plan should be updated? The site plan should be updated as well.
Okay, and these updates to be reflected on the plan, on the site plan. Site plan 5, site plan will be revised to show electric service source. You don't have to show the whole how it gets there. 6, stormwater pollution prevention plan should be prepared, a report prepared, sorry. And a general permit from NISDEC obtained for erosion control during construction. Is that good? Okay. Those are the conditions. So that's, as the resolution, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. All right, Member Moise.
Aye.
Deputy Chairman Ast,
Aye.
Member Corbin.
Aye.
And Member Wisnowski.
That was for preliminary or final, preliminary and final.
There,
Yes, we
We
can
don't-
wait, unless you want them to come back for if you feel they need to come back for final, we can certainly do that, or I can note that it'll be, waived pursuant to code section 100-27.
okay, note that. I don't think we need we'll call this
Yeah.
Final approval,
Final.
and the chair will not sign off on this until all conditions are met.
Yeah. And it's, I'll receive a copy, review it, ensure conditions are met, work with John as appropriate and the chair. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That works.
I changed it to reflect it as final.
Where was that?
And the, it is further resolved, that the planning board grants, final approval with proposed subdivision.
Okay.
Plan subject to the following conditions, so it's still subject to all of the conditions, they just don't have to come back to obtain the final. Subdivision.
Okay, very good. Yes.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome. You have all those changes?
Got it, I was making that weird.
Very good. Thanks.
Keeping an eye on it. We'll be here.
All right. And then the next item on the agenda is seeker review. Without 2023 4P J Crew tabled application, site plan and special permit application is declaring intent to lead agency. So is this this is just a formality?
Yes, basically, just because it's gonna be a coordinated review, we're just indicating that the town's gonna take the lead, but we're gonna work with the involved agency to conduct the seeker analysis. So it's just the start of the seeker process. So
We do not need to reopen a public hearing or anything like
no,
that to
not
do
for,
this.
not for this, this is the separate, this isn't on the application, this is just the seeker that's associated with it. It's just the procedure, just to start the secret process, so we can get the notices out to involved agencies to get their feedback, so we can actually conduct our secret review at a date.
Okay, and we've made the applicant aware of
Yes.
provision. Then, given that, I will just read the resolution. And as it's written here. The Town of Rush Planning Board Resolution, J Crew Landscaping, 7566 West Henrietta Road, Rush, New York, 14543. special use permit and preliminary / final site plan review. Seeker declaring intent to become lead agency. Whereas the Town of Rush Planning Board, hereinafter referred to as Planning Board, is considering a special use permit and site plan approval to allow for the development of J. Crew Landscaping, a commercial landscaping service business, including outdoor storage, grading, and miscellaneous site improvements located within the Town of Rush. The proposed project will be located on 1.22 acres of the approximately 72-acre parcel as described in the site plans dated March 22nd, 2023, and all other relevant information submitted as of September 24th, 2024, the current application. And whereas the planning board has reviewed the completed state environmental quality review seeker full environmental assessment form, EAF, part 1, prepared by the applicant on the above referenced commercial project, hereinafter referred to as the action. Whereas the planning board determines that said action is classified as an unlisted action under seeker regulations, and whereas the planning board determines that said action is also subject to a coordinated review and approval by other involved agencies under seeker regulations, and whereas the planning board determines that it may be the most appropriate agency to ensure the coordination of this action and will provide written notifications to the involved and interested agencies for the purposes of conducting a coordinated review and making the determination of significance thereon under the seeker regulations. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the planning board does hereby declare its intent to be designated as the lead agency for the action. Be it further resolved that the town engineer, MRB Group, is directed to provide notice hereof to the involved and interested agencies seeking their agreement or objection thereto. So there's the resolution. I move to approve this resolution. Do I have a second?
Okay. And Member Moise?
Aye.
Deputy Chairman Nast?
Aye.
Member Corbett?
Aye.
Member Wisnowski?
Aye. The letter written, the letter be done. All right. Any other comments on that? No, okay. Number 5 on our agenda, new applications. 2024-9P. Karukiali Nagarajan. Site plan applications. 6970 East River Road, tax map number 212-001-1-42.03.
Also known as Srividya Temple. So,
Okay. So that's, so this. So when, has this been reviewed already by the, committee?
yes,
So-
it did go through PRC and we didn't have too much, that, we were looking for. Matt, and I don't know if you wanted to just mention, I can read to what we,
Yeah, I mean, it was basically complete application and slated for October agenda.
Yeah.
Want to add to it, but.
yeah, we just had we wanted to get some updated correspondence, from Monroe County DOT. They did when I submitted the referral to, they did actually, want me to send the plans to DOT, so,
So we didn't get a letter from them yet saying that.
No.
Okay.
no.
What? Why are we sending the plans to DOT?
Just because
That's
of
gra-
this
that's a gravel-
particular, they want a second driveway. Which they've been in contact with them, prior, but
My question is, why are we sending the plans to DOT?
I got an email right from Monroe County DOT, I don't know.
Okay, all right, why didn't Larry just send it directly to them? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
I'm not sure. So I just did the legwork and sent them a copy because I had an extra. And also, we are checking on the stormwater agreement with the town, under the district drainage agreement. And of course, I think Carl, were you here in 2020? 2021?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the only thing that we were gonna look
No.
up, I think.
I wasn't here for that. I was here in 2021.
Oh, okay, all right. So that's the only other thing that we were going to check. Because that is listed in the was that in the resolution from the prior application? So they're just coming back looking for the green parking approval, a dumpster, exterior dumpster approval. And they wanna, again, look at that second driveway.
Okay.
But Larry has been in contact with the DOT, so.
Okay.
Hopefully that'll.
On that note, I will not be in attendance for next month's meeting.
Okay, all right.
My turn to go on vacation.
we're all taking turns.
So, I will send comments. Okay, I'll take a look at it. Okay. All right, if there's no other comments, announcements, business issues, concerns, complaints, I move to adjourn this meeting.
I do too.
Okay. All right, we'll second. All right, member Moise?
Aye.
Deputy Chairman Ast?
Aye,
Member Corbin?
Aye.
Member Wisniewski?
the record, I think.
That's good.
Great job.
Thank you.
Good job, Carmen.
Thank you, Kevin.
Sorry for